So I can start again as again we have this power cut and disconnected. Now I connected. Okay. So what I said, lymph vessels, when it leaving from the tissues all over the body, they are connected with the tiny points like this. Does anyone know what are these tiny connection points?
Lymph nodes.
Yes, they are called lymph nodes, correct. So they are called lymph nodes. So then lymphatic system connect with lymph nodes. So 800 lymph nodes, around 800 lymph nodes. Lymphatic system connect with lymph nodes. So what are lymph nodes? Why they are important? What is their function? And there are two big other connections. So one is there is a big connection here and there is another big connection here. So these two connections with the lymphatic system is called spleen and the other one is called thymus. So thymus and spleen are very big, larger. So they consider as a lymph organ. So now we have a lymph organ, lymph nodes, lymph vessel, lymph organ, and lymph nodes and lymph vessels. So lymphatic system has lymph vessels, lymph nodes, lymph organ, and then lymph fluid. Okay, why this is important to learn? Because when we're going to learn about the immune system, so lymphatic system has a big role in immunity. When I list the two major functions of lymphatic system, one is it brings the excess fluid came out from the blood to the circulation. The second major point is it is connected to the immune system. Second function of the lymph system is, so second function is immunity. So provide fluid back is the first and this is the second. So there are two main functions of lymphatic system. So they can provide fluid which lost from the blood back into the circulation and coupled to another process, immune system. So it is also coupled to the immune system. Right. So we can understand in the next section like immune system, how it works. But now I just wanted to add a little bit onto that. Now here, this picture shows the general idea of the lymphatic systems. You can see certain places, the lymph nodes are higher. They are not distributed everywhere. So they are distributed at certain places. Certain places like close to the urinary and reproductive system, close to the mouth digestive system, and close to the digestive system, and close to the respiratory system. Right? So if you consider now why they are close to those systems, why they are close to urinary system, why they are close to reproductive system, why they are close to a respiratory system, why they are close to a digestive system. I think if you try to see what is the relationship these system with immunity, maybe you can find the answer. Okay, if not, do you agree digestive system is open to the external environment? Our mouth is open to the external environment. Our nose is exposed to the external environment. Then respiratory system is exposed to the external environment. Then the urinary system, excretory system, exposed to the external environment. Reproductive system exposed to the external environment. When it exposed to external environment, answer is there. They are entry points of bacteria, entry points of virus, entry points of disease causing agent are called pathogen. So these places are vulnerable to the disease causing agents attack. Then the lymph nodes are also higher. Lymph nodes are also higher. Then you can understand the link with the lymphatic system and immunity. They are doing something there. That means if you take the tissue space of any place in the body, they should go to the tissue space. Like pathogen, if they enter through the nose, through the mouth, reproductive and urinary system, digestive system, they should finally enter into the human body. Enter mean they should find in the tissue space. Now we talk about a lot about the tissue space here. So we talk about the capillaries leak fluid to the tissue space. So this is the place then for microorganism to grow. And this is the place to microorganism to grow. Then these entry points are connected with the immune system through the lymphatic system. So lymphatic system also connect these areas which is risk for getting pathogens are connected to the immune system. So there is nothing a well organized structure like this to learn on the lymphatic system. That means in circulation, we have to learn what is this blood vessels. What is the name of this blood vessel? What is the name of this blood vessel? What is the name of this blood vessel? So we're going to learn all the names of the blood vessels. So we learn one by one, and you go again learn one by one, understand, and make your first understanding and memorizing thing, and you can upgrade your versions when you learn more and more, right? So when it comes to the lymphatic system, we don't have a proper um, a big system to learn in this level, A levels. We are not going to learn the organization of lymphatic system by names. This is the vessel, this is the name of this vessel, like that. We are not going to learn. But you should know the organization is in this picture, maybe a little bit crowded. So if we draw the circulatory system, and then everywhere the lymph system is formed and drained back into the circulation. And you learn two main functions of the lymphatic system. So they take excess fluid back into the circulation, and they also connected with the immune system. Okay, lesson 6 in the notes. We actually learn.
Sir,
Yeah,
what gives the pressure for the lymphatic system to transport?
yeah, it's a good question actually. Uh, Lymphatic system and the vein. So when we consider vein and lymphatic system, we can understand both are in the same category. Both are in the same category in the sense, uh, consider the pressure at this point is same as the pressure of the lymphatic system. Like here, lymph P and this P value is same. That means they have very less pressure. Then how the fluid is drained back against the gravity? So that is an important question to address. Yes, we should know how it works. Okay, so I think I can briefly explain how it works. Think about the artery. Artery side, pressure is side. I can write without any hesitation, no valves, except one valve in the aorta, there's no valves. Vein, lymphatic vessels. I can write they have veins, they have valves. They have valves, and here no valves. Artery side, no valves. Lymphatic and vein, they have valves. Now, why it is important to know this? To explain how the fluid is going with the gravity to the heart. The valves play important role. The valves are very important. So why they are important? Both vein and lymph vessels, they have a very less pressure. Almost there's no pressure from this uh, the artery side. Artery side is pressure there, but this pressure is not going to vein or lymphatic. So how it works then? It works like this. So I take one example of the legs. So when you take legs from here to the knee to the feet like this, from here to here, we can find skeletal muscle. The muscles which are attached to the bone are called skeletal muscle. Now, if you think, are you shaking your legs? Even you sit, you have a habit shaking of your legs. Why we do like this? Shaking legs mean we have to still contract our muscles. So we used to change our legs. Even we sit for 2 hours or 2.5 hours, we change our legs. We shakes our legs. So skeletal muscle contract. So why this is important? When skeletal muscle contract, so this is the one skeletal muscle, this is a one skeletal muscle. In between, consider this is a vein or lymph vessels. And it has a valve opening this direction. So it is open in this direction, so it's going this way. Now how it really works, when legs skeletal muscle contract, it squeezes the fluid upward. So this valve open and the fluid is going upward. When it goes to up, it doesn't open to the other side. The valves are not opening to the other side. So we can understand if it is going to somewhere here, then the gravity is trying to take blood fluid back. So this is prevented by the valves. Valve is not opening. It's valve open only one direction. So it is not opening backward direction. So then by this way, fluid is trying to move upward by squeezing the skeletal muscle of the legs. So then it reached to the abdomen and the thoracic, the other side, the body. our respiration skeletal muscle again contracts. So we have this muscle contraction to bring this fluid upward. So this is the only force can bring lymphatic and vein fluid upward by contraction of the skeletal muscles, and valve play a major role opening only one direction. That's the reason sometimes you have heard if people are flying on a plane for longer hours, like a 9-12 hours, they always ask, move your legs, do some exercise to the legs, especially for the old people. If the blood, the fluid from the veins are not going upward, what will happen? Fluid accumulate in the veins. If the fluid accumulate in the vein side, it can make a blood clot. So when it make a blood clot, there is a trend that person can get serious medical problem. So we need to move frequently, to relax our legs and stretch. It happens automatically. So we shake and stretch our legs. But if we keep still our legs, then the blood supply is not much efficient. So this is the way lymph system and the vein system is going back to the circulation. Okay, this is all we did. In the next section, lesson number 7 in the main notes, if you look, we have to learn 8, I think, 7 or 8. Next lesson is about heart, the detailed structure of the human heart, how it functions, how it contract rhythmically, and what is make it to contract, and how this contraction goes to one place to another place. So all we're going to learn from these lessons, we have a good idea about the circulatory system of all animals, and then we have a circulatory system of human and the lymphatic system of human. Next, we're going to learn very detailed structure of the heart, not what you have learned before, the basic structures you have learned, but we're going to learn detailed structure and exact function of the heart, and how it contract and relax, and how this happen rhythmically. Okay, this is all for today's class. We have a small issues with the technical side with the power cut and interruption like things. I think these are unavoidable at the moment. Either we have to make a big plan, or maybe we have to adjust these things with the slight difficulties, right? All right, so this is end of today's lessons. We'll keep on continuing 3 again next week, half of the class, and circulation in the half of the class. If you have any questions, you can bring it. So see you again next.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you show how to use the website you sent, sir? How to get the papers, how to see the recording?
Okay. So I will send you, because you haven't. I will send. Yeah, I will send you the information and video. One video how to do that, because now we don't have much time.
Okay.
I will make a small video and send it to you, right? To everyone. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye. End.